From the dust and the heat, a new fire is born. Where sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm.
They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream.
But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. Where desert-born warriors break the mold.
The Basha Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin to stampede.
The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back.
The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The desert fist of thunder is bringing the spice.
A clash of the titans, a battle of might.
Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountain's high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town.
Started the night with 2 spots open for the state championship at Notre Arena. Only 1 spot remains, and it will be one of these 2 teams. Flagstaff, Notre Dame for the last place in the state championship. My name's Ethan Stockford. Alongside me, Dylan Pescator, and down the ice level, Mark Katowski, as well as on the sticks, as always, Dr. Ben. And what a matchup we have tonight, Mark. The second game, we were coming off an absolute barn burner of a game, a 4-goal comeback for the Mountain Lions. What are you expecting to see in this one?
I expect a very physical game. Notre Dame Prep is nothing short but one of the most physical teams in AHSHA. I mean, if you look to this building, it is absolutely lively. I cannot wait to this game. Back to you guys.
We are underway here from the ice in Scottsdale, another packed house. Notre Dame always seems to succeed in packing it out. Shane kicked out for Kaplan. Trying to get offense going early. He's dragged down. Rimmed around. Couple bodies short as well for the Saints. Still missing Eric, Harland, and Mickey. So they took care of business last night against Chaparral. Shane on the half wall. Welker takes it away from him. Comes Flagstaff the other way. This one's thrown in deep. Wilson will get there first. Wilson posted up behind his net. Notre Dame won 5-2 over the Firebirds last night, but bit of a different test than a Flagstaff team that works quite a bit, Dylan, and they're known for working hard.
That's a gritty team, this Flagstaff team. We got our first penalty.
6 players on the ice for Notre Dame. Same mistake Chaparral made just minutes into the game last night. Too many men. First power play for the Avalanche.
These are mistakes that are going to cost you against a very solid team that's not going to beat themselves in the Flagstaff Avalanche. They're going to take advantage of things like this, especially if they score first. Things can get a little crazy. Not a mistake you can make in a semifinal game like this.
No easy path for Flagstaff to get here. Won 5-4 in overtime. Elijah Simpson scored the game winner. Gomez on the penalty kill. He'll go to Stallkamp. Stallkamp near the blue paint, backhand. Blocker stopped by Howie. SQ with it now, thrown through, that's wide. Knocked away by Stanius. Now SQ will send it all the way down for Cook to chase.
That's a Cook family for Flagstaff that's been playing for this team for a long time. Brothers, sisters, all of them playing hockey up there 2 hours north on the I-17. Just another one.
Gomez below the goal line. Not much on the power play so far for Flagstaff as Staniels will clear it all the way down. Cook wheeling the net. Moves to his left. He's got a little bit of speed. He'll chip it past Shane. Weinkammer now. Off the glass. It'll go all the way down again. 50 seconds remaining on the Flagstaff power play. Dylan Shane moving north to south with it. He'll swipe it deep. Welker will bank it ahead. Simpson. Kicked over to Pereira. Will now bring it across, but Babbitt was offsides. And that'll be a whistle. 36 seconds left on the power play.
What's going to be important for this Notre Dame team is you don't have to do anything flashy or special because that's not what your opposing team's going to do either. It's the team that doesn't beat themselves tonight is going to come out on top. That's what's important when you're playing a completely different program and team like the Avalanche.
Very well conditioned as well, playing in that altitude night in and night out. Russo, far side. Pereira couldn't catch it. Gomez will pick it up and try and bring it back. And now Wilson going to be able to kill some clock and send it in deep. 15 seconds remain. Time winding down on the power play. Flagstaff doesn't even have a shot. Pereira around for Russo. Jugging down the right side. Stallcamp drags him down. Flagstaff, just as time expired on the too-many men penalty, will go back to the power play. Stallcamp 2 minutes for hooking.
Those are the things that's going to give Flagstaff the opportunity to take control of this game. It's giving them chances. And you don't have to take that penalty if you're Stallcamp. Keep shoulder to shoulder with the skater coming in. Not something you want to do in Flagstaff. You're giving them more chances, they're going to come out on top.
SQ able to clear. Can't afford to keep giving them chances, but so far so good for the Saints penalty kill. They held Flagstaff to nothing through the first 2 minutes. Intercepted Shane. Shane, good step. Slowing down some back pressure as well from Cook. Couple of siblings on this team. The Babbitts, as well as the Cooks. Kaplan will try and throw it on goal, and that'll go into the corner. Eskew was over to Stanius. We'll send it all the way down. More time winding down. Just over half of the power play remaining as here goes the captain, Christian Welker. Nice move by Welker. Still bring it in wide. On his backhand now, he'll move it up to Cook at the point. Sent down low. Simpson will move it up. Far side looking through the seam. Shot on there, but just wide. Now here's a chance the other way. Barlow with it. He has Wesley. Barlow kicked over. Wesley in front. Couldn't find it. Wesley again with it. Banked up to the point. Weinkammer will wire one through, but that just misses the frame there as Flagstaff trying to advance it. Hayden Red will just cover the senior goaltender for Notre Dame. He had a 92 save percentage in their quarterfinal game, only allowed 2 goals across from him. Colston Howie, who started every single game this year, 33 saves on 37 shots himself in the quarterfinal win for Flagstaff.
And you give those connections you could talk about some of the brothers and siblings on this team. What about Uriah Palmer and Coach Palmer as well? Toss coach and skater in there as well.
That makes 3. Here's Babbitt, lets one go. That's wide. Betty from the near boards will go off the end boards. Now Wilson trying to send one down off the stick of Gomez. Peace sends it in. He'll look again on the forecheck. Wilson will throw one far side. will go all the way down for icing. .9:48 remaining in the first period. Only one shot on goal from Flagstaff, but not a whole lot of offense so far in this one.
No, it's going to be an offensive battle. We kind of knew there was going to be more scoring than a usual game in that Bastion Mountain Ridge game with the numbers, but without Flagstaff and their strategy on how to win this game, it has to be a...
There's Pereira with the hit on Driscoll. And Driscoll's fired up as he drew a penalty.
Those are the type of players you want on your team, right? Those kind of crazy guys. They take a penalty, they're cheering, but they help their team out right there. You knew the next one was probably going to go against Flagstaff, but that one was an easy call.
There's very few sports where you can get clocked right in the head and then get up and start hyping up your bench. So those are the glue guys that help you make your way to championships, which is what Notre Dame's trying to do tonight. SQ tried to send one through, but didn't get all of it, and Howie will be able to cover.
So in terms of Notre Dame power play, they have the big, tall, 6'7", 6'8" SQ on top. Then you got the lesser of the four skaters, two insanely skilled, Stallkamp and Shane, and then two blue, dirty area guys.
2-on-1 the other way. Babbitt with Welker. Welker trying to feed him, but just offsides as the linesman was right on that determining edge.
Unfortunate for the Avalanche, but going back to the Notre Dame power play, it's Stallkamp, it's Shane, the skilled guys, and then the dirty area, rebound, playoff type players in Gomez and Kaplan.
Gomez had a pair of goals in the quarterfinal game. Kaplan had a goal and an assist. Definitely guys you want on your team when playoffs roll around. As SQ trying to break this one out. Shane working through the neutral zone, knocked off his stick, offsides. Here comes Babbitt. Gonna fling it back, but he only finds Dylan Shane. Kick back to SQ. And now Gomez down the left side. Taking off his stick. Babbitt able to clear it all the way down. Half the power play gone as Caden Wright will come out to play it. Stallkamp through the middle, can't find Kaplan. Shane will pick it up and slam on the brakes. Through the middle, taking off his stick. There comes Flagstaff, Elijah Simpson. He'll just throw one on, easily blocked it aside by Caden Wright.
Remember, Simpson was the one who had the goal to send him to this game in overtime in the crazy quarterfinal.
And sent down, icing called on the power play from Notre Dame as their second unit will flood over the boards.
Something seems also with the Saints right now. They're not on the same page, whether it be passing, whether it be knowing where to be. That's what Flagstaff does. It just throws you off your game. I mean, Easton, you faced this Avalanche program multiple times. It's just a pain to play against, isn't it?
Not a team you look forward when you look at them on the schedule. They're going to finish their hits. But they're going to finish them hard. But Notre Dame might only need one tonight. Caden Wright has been unbelievable in net. And they had the least goals allowed in the regular season with 38. Second place with 16 goals behind that. Weinkammer at the point. Feathered through. Blocker save. Still loose in front. But that's corralled by Palmer. Now Sprain trying to go the other way. Slammed up with Waglinski, who will send it in deep. Power play now over for Notre Dame. Wilson on his forehand, banked up to block, can't connect with him. Here's Rousseau. Rousseau down the right side, taking off his stick as well. Justin Kaplan will look to transition. Kaplan with speed, good defensive stick by Kirk, and a heads up play to kick it forward. But SQ stepping up to get in the way of Babbitt. Coletti now through the middle, almost lost it to Cook. Dangerous play there. Kaplan across the blue line, cutting to the middle, trying to drive to the paint. Still loose for a moment, but Howie smothers it with the blocker.
Flagstaff doing a good job right now. They're separating the man from the puck when Notre Dame gets to the high danger areas. Like right there, you see two Avalanche defensemen, and Kaplan has no chance to get any sort of a shot away.
Over halfway through this first period, 4 total shots to a side. Very, very defensive game so far. Weinkammer sends it in deep. Welker runs him over. Now Babbitt through the middle. Here's a chance for Simpson, but he couldn't corral it. Now Welker moved down to Simpson, looking for Babbitt. Weinkammer gets in the way. Palmer sends one through, and that floats just wide. Simpson looking to the high slot. Jane will poke it out of the zone. Cook rattles it back in. Weinkammer over to Kaplan. Kaplan through the middle. Babbitt got a stick to it and slows it down. Here's Gunnar Babbitt. One of my favorite naming pairs in AHSHA, Gunnar and Hunter Babbitt.
It's awesome.
Plays off each other really well as Dylan Shane makes a play himself. Shane off angle shot just missed. And that'll go all the way back out for Jack Wilson. Wilson left behind for Coletti. Snap far side now Stallkamp, but takes a weird bounce. Stallkamp takes a bump from Fetty. Fetty gives him another. Here's Fetty with it. He'll send it in deep. On the near board now. Babbitt walking in. Shot blocked. Wilson rebound was there, but squeaks away. Now Wilson racing for it again. Picked up by Wesley. Sent in deep. Gomez trying to get there as well. Stallkamp will keep it in. Down for Wesley. Taking off his stick. Pereira has it now. He'll go all the way down. Sanius racing to get there. They'll try and poke it forward, but Fetty had him momentarily. SQ takes it away from him. Crane racing back to get it for the Avalanche now.
This is the exact game Flagstaff wants to play. Gritty, tough, everything's difficult. For Notre Dame, they want to break out. They want the odd man rushes. They're just not there.
Flagstaff definitely done a great job clogging up the neutral zone as Mullet will advance it forward. We talked about how we weren't sure.
We are sure now, right?
If he was related to the people who funded Mullet Arena, but he is. Here's Cook. Cook from the dot, saved by Wright.
Talk about a story. Can Mullet get to Mullet, right?
Trying to get back home, if you will, as Welker tries to lay a hit. Far low below the goal line. Welker scoops it up. He'll advance it to Russo. Russo going to send it in deep. And that's what this Flagstaff team is going to do all night long is get pucks behind defensemen. They're going to hit them. And they're going to try and score from it. Driscoll hawked down by Simpson on the back check. Cook takes a hit from Kaplan. And Cook will step into it. Now floated down. Simpson trying to get a poke. Good defensive play by Coletti. Kaplan down the left board. Still battling for it there. It's taken off his stick. Sent on by Simpson. That's blocked by Wright, who will just cover. 3:13 remaining in a very stout first period. Neither team giving any ground.
No, and the battle now is Notre Dame against getting frustrated. This is not the type of game they want to play or the game they're used to playing, especially in the playoffs. They want to run and gun. They want to get shots on net and use their skill. The more frustrated they get, the more it goes in favor of the Avalanche.
And you look at a lot of this Flagstaff team's wins. None of them by massive margins. They won in overtime last night. They're in the middle of the road in a lot of statistical categories, but they just frustrate teams, and they're hard to play against, which is why they've made their way to the 4th seed. Here's a chance for Simpson. Kick saved by Wright. Stretch pass. Wesley one-on-one. Looking to the middle. Gomez in front. Stop. Wesley gets a jab. Simpson gives him a shove. What a huge save by Howie.
I'd love to see this behind the camera look. Watch up top in the top left of your screen. How close is it? It's right there under the goaltender.
Right between his pads. And what a job by Colson Halley, keeping Gomez off the board in the first real challenging chance that either team's had all game. Paletti sent through, broken stick by Peace. Almost played it, would have been a penalty, but luckily realized last second.
And you saw there earlier with that waiting by Wesley. He's a sophomore. This is a guy who played in the playoffs last year. Yeah, very talented. But to wait for your trailing skater and Gomez, who is wide open, and lay a perfect soccer pass on his stick. That's what Notre Dame wants. Flagstaff just didn't get on that back check quick enough. They got caught.
DeCausin with a nice move. High slot. Shane lets it go. He scores! Strike for Dylan Shane. Notre Dame leads 1-0.
Could sense it coming, and it's just a barrage of Flagstaff bodies in front, under the glove, and into the back of the net. Dylan Shane scored last game and gets it started today. That's huge for Notre Dame, huge.
Has been one of their best players, has had to step up, with these AAA players out. That's his 4th point in 2 games, 2 goals and 2 assists in the playoffs for him. SQ floats it ahead. Stallkamp can't bat it down. Back for Cook. Sent far side for Cook. Line camera through the middle. Gomez dancing with it now. He'll go north. Roberto Gomez down the right side on his backhand, trying to center one, deflected aside. Benjamin Cook taken away by Wesley. Wesley sealed to the wall. Now Benjamin Cook again with it through the middle. He finds Russo. Russo walking in. Weak side, sharp shot there. The right got a piece of it. Wine camera the other way. Welker blows him up. Huge hit from Christian Welker. Gomez left for a skew, just wide. Rebound off the end boards almost there. Another chance for Gomez off the side of the cage. Christian Welker, not the tallest in stature as he wheels it down now, but boy, can he bring the boom.
He can. He played a big role for this team last year when they were the 3 seed.
Shane, odd man rush. DeCausin and Kaplan with him. He'll do it himself. Nice move. Back and forth. In front. DeCausin racing. Puts it in. Talk about stepping up. DeCausin bumped up to his first line with bodies out. He doubles Notre Dame's lead to 2.
These are not your usual Notre Dame goals, but it's showing the type of team they've really morphed into in terms of a playoff team. They can be the skilled team. They can be the gritty, dirty, getting the crazy areas type team. And a nice job by Dylan Shane setting the whole thing up.
It feels like now that first one has really broken the ice for them, so they've found their game sense. Last minute remaining, 45 seconds. Kaplan driving wide, has DeCausin with him. Linesman gets in the way. Stanius sends it down low. Picked up on the wall by Babbitt. Betty there as well. Stanius and Kaplan jockey for it. Now it's back to Stanius. 25 remaining. Jack Wilson advances it. Wesley picks it up. Sent far side looking for block. Now Fetty. Stanius able to advance it as well as they ping-pong it in the neutral zone. 10 seconds remaining. Back for Notre Dame. Stanius just going to bring this one back, and that'll do it for the first period of play. A slow first 10 or so minutes, but 2 quick goals for Notre Dame has them on top. We'll send you down to ice level where we have Mark Katowski. Mark, what did Notre Dame do good in that first period?
I mean, it took them a little bit of the period to kind of feel out Flagstaff, and then they quickly put 2 on them. If you're Flagstaff going into this intermission, you got to be thinking, what do we need to be doing? What do we need to be doing differently? Flagstaff's been trying to be physical, but I mean, they can't get better with the size of Notre Dame. I think the only difference in this game is the 2 goals, obviously, but the physicality. And we need to see more physicality out of Flagstaff if they're going to win this game. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dylan.
The playoffs got you speechless down there, Mark. It's crazy out there. I know how it is.
And it's insane.
I know how it is. Easton, Notre Dame has really shown me that they got a little frustrated there with about 4 or 5 minutes left, and then they took it to another level, and it was led by Dylan Shane. DeCausin gets in there in the dirty areas. For Flagstaff, on the other hand, I don't think they played a bad period. I honestly think they played a period to their strengths and didn't allow a lot of odd man rushes. They have to crash back, and they have to find a way to get more pucks to Caden Wright. They had 6 shots in that first period. I'd say maybe 1 or 2 were high danger.
And he talked about it on Sunday, just how much talent this Notre Dame has. They're out without 3 of their top players in Brady Herrick, Tate Mickey, and Maximus Harland, and they still find ways to get it done, and a lot of that is what you're talking about in those dirty areas of the ice.
It is. That's how they've gotten most of their goals in the playoffs. That's where the most amount of goals are coming in the playoffs. That's why it shows it's Notre Dame team or is not a one-and-done team, maybe like last year where they had that heartbreaker to DV. This is a team that can go all the way and more.
They definitely seem ready for any task to come their way. Mountain Ridge awaits the winner of this one, following their 4-3 win, where they came back from 3-0 down, scored with 8 seconds left, put the icing on the cake. Gloved by Caden Wright to start the period, and no further play.
I was talking to some of the Mountain Ridge players after the game, and they were in disbelief, number one. And number two, Hybern didn't even know how much time was left when he scored the goal, and he was saying how tired he's been, his shoulder, the whole thing. What a win for the Mountain Lions. And it seems like this year they're more of a team. They are all together for one goal.
And a lot of that comes from these last years. Lost in the semifinals the year before, the championship last year. Russo had it momentarily. Barlow able to fend him off. But that brings teams together. A lot of these guys who have been here for all 3 of those years have a common goal, and that's to get back to the championship and be on the better end of it this time. Shane through the middle. Kaplan going to win the foot race. Cook smothers him to the boards. Cook comes away with it, knocked off his stick by Dylan Shane. Now Kaplan seals him to the wall. Barlow on support, as that'll go across. Now Cook on the right side, sealed off Barlow. Relentless forecheck from the Saints here. Shane, in front, backhand, he scores! Second of the game for Dylan Shane. Notre Dame in the driver's seat up 3.
Dylan Shane's been the center of every goal. 2 goals, 1 assist for number 95 in white and purple and gold. Another one of those plays that's set up by Justin Kaplan's forecheck along the far wall. And inside the blue crease, a backhand lifted by Shane. Perfect.
3-point game in the first game for him. He already has that many just over 16 minutes into this one. Gomez trying to center one. Simpson will take it away. Flagstaff looking for a response. Babbitt. Race with Stanius sealed off. Wesley will scoop it up. Move that to Driscoll in the skates of Simpson. Wesley takes it away. Now Simpson on the backhand will kick it over to Babbitt. Babbitt below the goal line. Caden Wright leaves it behind for Weinkammer. Taken away. Simpson in front, but that falls right into the lap of Caden Wright, who will swallow it up.
And Coach Taylor Nelson, who's been on that championship run ever since he took over from Coach Charles Missio, he's always tried to break through. And this year, he really attached himself at the hip to his goaltender, Caden Wright, who has been excellent all season, and now he's proving it in the biggest of games.
Shirts off for Notre Dame in the student section. They did it last night in the win over Chaparral down there. And a penalty coming on Flagstaff, as well as Hunter Babbitt took down Jack Wilson. The Notre Dame going back to the power play with an opportunity to really put themselves on.
Frustration sets in for the Avalanche. A team that found its way here, just crawled back to take down Centennial. And now they're trying to find a way to now heading to the box. These mistakes are piling up. And you give Notre Dame a lot of credit for being very mature about how they're handling this game and how they're handling going against the tough.
It looks like the students have painted across their chest and then realized that they had spelt it wrong when they sat down.
Yeah, I think they just stood up and T was the second letter. Hopefully that doesn't represent any of their schooling that they're taking.
Should probably, maybe they were spelling,
Schooling that they're taking.
maybe they were spelling Stanius. No, it was Stanius,
Yeah,
one of the
possible.
defensemen.
That's possible.
Down by Flagstaff as Waglinski will be able to clear. 40 seconds gone on the power play. Notre Dame leads 3-0.
Look, everyone makes mistakes. Let's get them right for Saturday if Notre Dame.
Backwards for the fans trying to get pictures, but the right way for the ice.
Yep.
It's
I think someone accidentally put an extra line for the I rather than the T.
maybe some better communication need for later this week if Notre Dame can hold on.
We'll just say this. Got a penalty here.
Wesley gonna go. He dragged down Welker pretty good. 4-on-4 for 37 seconds, and then a power play for Flagstaff to follow.
Just before Notre Dame took that penalty, we're going to play 4-on-4 like you said. I was about to say, Notre Dame on the ice has been communicating way better than maybe some of the fans in the stands.
You have to imagine they're going to get cold quick as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm cold. I'm in.
They should have done that in the third period.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing here in the second.
Come the ice cut at the second intermission. Then we're
yes.
buying jackets from the throw shop. SQ with it now as he'll cut through neutral ice. SQ driving to the blue plate, trying to poke it in front, jamming away at it, loose for a moment, but cleared by Simpson. Now Welker runs through Stanius up top. He's going to be a physical menace all night. And for Kaplan, huge shave by Howie. Goal spread eagle on that one, and a big recovery after getting up 3 quick ones.
That was similar to the Shane chance earlier. Watch this one. Like you said, all the way back down to the stomach. And getting some credit there from his defenseman in front.
9 seconds left on the Babbitt penalty. Flagstaff will head to the power play shortly. Flagstaff team that has done a really good job all year long of bringing physicality but staying out of the box is now an IceNet employee talking to the fans, and it's in! Off the draw, unsuspecting play, Notre Dame scores.
Brady Stolkamp's the first one in line. I didn't even exactly see what happened. I have to look for the replay here from Mark's angle. Right off the draw, pushes it and goes short side. It's Stolkamp, heads up play.
I don't think anyone was expecting that one, but Brady Stolkamp gets his second goal of the playoffs. Notre Dame firmly in control of this one as they'll head to the penalty kill. Babbitt now out of the box. 5-on-4. Shane in a foot race with Pereira. Good defensive play, but Shane slips him. And Shane realizes he's on the kill. Real smart play there to bring it back. He's going to try and kill some time.
A lot of very heady plays from Notre Dame. A very smart team. Over and over again.
Colson Howie coming up big there for the Avalanche. There's Mullet. He'll go across for Block. Looking in front, can't find anyone. Mullet now seals guy to the wall. Barlow will pick it up. Now Matt Cook behind his own net. Try and rim it up. It's still sailed in by Mullet. Now this one will eke its way to Peace. He'll kick it ahead. Fetty chip down the right side. At the hash mark, thrown over top. Now through the middle. Mullet, knocked down by Fetty, but he'll be able to get it in deep. And he'll go for a change. Now Palmer. Leaves it for Babbitt, rimmed around, Peace will get there on the half wall. Banked ahead to Babbitt. Off the end boards, Babbitt hustling, trying to wrap it, but slipped away from him. Now all the way back for Matt Cook, who will have to regroup. Four-goal lead, but Notre Dame is not out of this one when it comes to fans. They're still very much involved in this game. Have not lost interest. Kaplan trying to dance through, but taken away from him. Cook flipped ahead. Russo pokes one forward. Coletti racing to get there, and he'll backhand it forward. Now here's DeCausin the other way. Has Dylan Shane with him. DeCausin on the brakes, dancing around in front for Shane, but taken away by Matt Cook. Cook, defense and offense across the blue. Shane back checking, takes him down on the yard penalty coming. Tripping, going to be the call. Dylan Shane will serve two. I want to go back to that move from DeCausin, and smaller guy, new to this Notre Dame team, but boy does he have some hands.
He does. And he's the one who scored the third goal, going backhand, which just flying by and flipping that up. That was just a back check kind of tripping call against Notre Dame, and there's a chance for get on the board, see what could happen.
Downridge just did it about 40 minutes ago. That game ended. Welker lets one go, blocker saved by Wright. She tracked that one through traffic. And Caden Wright has been a brick wall between the pipes all year long. And he has been the backbone of this Notre Dame team.
And you know what's the coolest part is the former Caden Wright, who he learned under Matthew Gahan, is here and supporting the Notre Dame Saints and what would you call his former mentee. So a little good story there is Gahan's been to multiple state championships, and Wright's trying to get to his first as a starter.
Simpson through the middle, he's tripped up as well. 5-on-3 coming for the Avalanche, and a huge opportunity.
And that's Wesley again. You can't take these penalties. It can't happen. If you're going to beat yourself against Flagstaff, they're going to make you pay, and this is their shot.
They're not penalties on hard hits. They're stick penalties where they're getting caught reaching, and frankly, penalties that can be avoided. Simpson over to Pereira. Through traffic, just wide. Welker able to keep it in on the rim. Over to Babbitt. Babbitt at the dot, walking in, up to Welker. Welker trying to let one go, but deflected again out of play. Huge task here for Justin Kaplan. And this Notre Dame penalty kill, a long 5-on-3, still 66 seconds remaining.
And Notre Dame's going to change here. Line camera's on. He's one of the players that Coach Nelson really liked in their quarterfinal game. He said he probably wouldn't have played as much if the team had a full roster, but with the time he was out there, he was very impressive.
First year with the squad, playing 16U out of Mullet Arena for the Junior Devils. Welker trying to get something going for the Avalanche. He would be the guy to do it. Left back, Pereira. Sent down for Welker. Up top now, Simpson. Kicked over to Pereira. Pereira lets one go through traffic. Rebound to Welker off the side of the net. Now Wilson trying to clear off the boards. Pereira can't keep it in. Now here comes Justin Kaplan. Justin Kaplan flying down the right wing, battling with Pereira. What an effort by him. He is an absolute spark plug out there, Dylan.
Oh, what a menace. A player you want on your team and you don't want on the opposing team. That's what Justin Kaplan is.
Cook. Kick back to Babbitt, over to Simpson. Now back up top, this time Matthew Cook. Over to Simpson. Sent through, another save. Caden Wright, he got it with the blocker. Shane out of the box as well. 5-on-3 is over. Still 34 seconds on the man advantage for the Avalanche.
Had a couple shots, none from high danger areas though. Notre Dame doing a good job of protecting that box, protecting the house.
5:13 remaining in the middle frame. Notre Dame wins it back. Askew tries to advance into Stallkamp. Can't get it there. Stallkamp ends up with it though and to send it the length of the ice once more. Welker moves ahead. Cook sent down by Askew and hard. Good hit by Jack Henry Askew. Notre Dame chanting he's 6'7", listed on Elite Prospects at 6'8". Up to Welker. Blocked in front. Babbitt loses an edge there. Now Gomez will pick it up. Notre Dame back at full strength. Gomez with a head full of steam down the right side. Below the goal line now on his backhand. Still looking. Tries to throw it in front. Can't find it. Stallkamp will make it down low for Wesley. Wesley moved to Gomez. Up top, Wilson tries to pull the trigger but can't. Here's a chance the other way for Simpson. Simpson trying to slide across, but good recovery by Wilson. 3-on-2, trading blows here. Sent far side, Wesley lets it go, save by Howie. Some pushing and shoving between DeCosta and Babbitt.
Here at the end of period 2, you know that Flagstaff bench is a little shorter. We'll see if Notre Dame can take advantage here, especially after you kill off that 5-on-3. You got to think that momentum's going the way of the Saints.
DeCosta up top. Holmcook will send it down low. Shane digging away for it. Moved ahead to Fetty. Fetty through the middle. Peace touches it ahead of him. Sent in deep. Eskew will be there. Sent to his partner. Fetty on a hit again. Chance in front. Peace had the opportunity. Wright had the answer. Banked ahead by Kaplan. Peace on the back check. Kaplan holds on. Babbitt tries to give him up, but strong escape. Flagstaff able to escape. Here's a chance. Driscoll lets one go. It looked like it nicked the crossbar. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Notre Dame charging. Barlow lets one go. Paddle stopped by Howie. That one sent all the way down. Much needed whistle for Flagstaff. Notre Dame was pressing, and they were pressing hard.
They're looking for number 5, but you also got to give them a lot of credit for their defense tonight. And we know what they did in the quarterfinals, finding a way through Schaap. Did give up 2 goals in that game. You always want to find perfection, and I'm sure Caden Wright's looking for that tonight.
I talked to his dad yesterday prior to the game against Chaparral and said he was really ambitious this year and set out a number of goals for himself. I'm not sure what the goals are, but his dad did tell me he's accomplished every single one of them. And I'm sure the one left unchecked is the state championship.
I was about to say that has to be one of them, no matter if you got that list or not.
One game away from punching their ticket to Mowat. Barlow sent on goal easily, gloved by Howie.
Now with Mountain Ridge through the number 3 seed, and we already know the time of the game, 6 o'clock on Saturday at Mullet Arena. Notre Dame's going to have the ability to choose their bench. They're going to have the last change if they do come out and finish this one off with a win. It's going to be a heck of a matchup. A lot of power on both sides.
Notre Dame, a team that went to the state championship 3 straight years, lost to Pinnacle, lost to Desert Vista in overtime, and lost to Centennial in overtime, but the perennial powerhouse in this league, if they can make it back for the 4th time in 5 years. I can't imagine how many times that's been done outside of teams like Notre Dame and maybe Pinnacle.
And their last championship came back 2020-21 season, right? So when you look at who was there for those runs, and the main name that comes into mind that's back on the bench this year is Zach Fryer, assistant coach of this Notre Dame team, a coach who used to run the lines for head coach Charles Missio when he was the lead man at Notre Dame. He's now back with Notre Dame this year.
Chance in front, poking away at Howie. It looked like they pushed it in, but that one won't count.
And Coach Taylor Nelson said, "Hey, Coach, are you available? Would you like to come back and stand on the bench with me?" And he said, "Absolutely." And he's back, and he's a big reason why. I'm sure he's going to give a great talk in that locker room and get the Notre Dame Prep Saints in the right mindset before the big game on Saturday.
Not very many players there for the last 3 years. None of them back for all 4. Justin Kaplan has been there for all 3 runs, the 2 state championships against Desert Vista and Centennial. That one's thrown on by Gomez, who's another one of those players.
Gomez is the one I'm thinking about, and also Tate McHugh's not here, who hopefully will be back on Saturday if Notre Dame does complete this win. Those are 3 players that have been through it all. Jack Wilson's been through at least one of those runs, and it's going to show a lot. They're going to tell all about those stories and how much they're going to want it for a lot of these new guys that maybe don't know.
Playoffs are all about lessons learned. You learn the most through losing.
I'll also say this, is that sometimes it's good when you don't know. It's the
Kaplan jamming away on that near post, covered up by Howie.
Sometimes it's good when you don't know. I mean, Centennial a few years ago, they lost in the first round. The year before, they were one of the bottom teams in the league. Those players came back. They did have a playoff game under their belt, but they went through and they won the whole thing, maybe not knowing what losing was like. So there's 2 sides to the coin.
I've done both, and I'd imagine most people take winning every time. I certainly would.
Yeah, I'll say this, Easton, you weren't on the bottom of the standings very long. There were a lot of expectations on you guys every year, as there always is with the Pioneers.
Sent through. Wilson will pick it up, no offsides. Shane gets a stick to it. That one flies out of play. Minute 7 remaining.
And I heard there might be a rumor going around the rinks that you might be bringing that ring to the championship on Saturday.
Well, we'll see.
You're going to show the fans exactly what the players on the winning side will be getting.
Not often that those come out. Not often you get to.
Are you taking it out of the safe?
See those rings. But we'll see how I'm feeling on Saturday.
Ring or not, nevertheless, that trophy's going to be there with your name on it, so you can prove it to some people.
I played a very small part in a winning team, and now I'm happily here back with the program, and I get to be on the better end of it in the broadcast booth.
That's right, and I'll say this might be the first broadcast on Saturdays. You're going to be with Steve Peters of two people who are champions of AHSHA.
Askew over to Shane. Chance in front, slid it back to her. Couldn't find it. Trying to pick that bottom left corner. Flagstaff flying around, throwing their weight everywhere. Looking forward to calling that game with Steve Peters.
His son Jackson, a champion at Pinnacle, and Steve was on that bench, part of the coaching staff for the Pioneers for a few years as well.
Gloved by Caden Wright there, easily handled on the shot from Palmer. 10.4 remaining before the ice cut. There'll be a 15-minute break. Notre Dame leads 4-0. Just moments away from heading down to our Mark Katowski, who's down at ice level as well, our rinkside reporter tonight. There's 5 seconds remain. On the boards, Block trying to get it out. Welker will have it in, thrown in front by Simpson. But can't find it. 15 minutes in the book. Notre Dame 15 minutes away from punching their ticket for a date with Mountain Ridge at Moore Arena. Mark, we'll go down to you at ice level at 1 period down. What do you got? 4-0 lead for Notre Dame.
I mean, all I got to say is, wow, Notre Dame Prep has been dominating the ice tonight. They're up 4-0. They're not allowing any shots in their defensive zone. Flagstaff I mean, they look scared getting into the puck. I mean, if you're going to the locker room, you need kind of a confidence boost when you come out. I mean, and Notre Dame Prep, they've got the huge crowd tonight, and they're using it to their full advantage. And if you're Flagstaff, you got to think we got to drown out the noise. We got to somehow put one in the net, silence the crowd, so we can get something going. I'll send it back up to you guys in the booth. We go to the intermission.
Thank you, Mark, and you're exactly right. I think we're going to talk about Notre Dame's 4 goals, but what about their defense and how good they've been defensively? And that's what's been so impressive. They've been restricting shots for the Avalanche. That's been maybe even the most important part of their game tonight.
21 shots for Notre Dame, only 10 for the Avalanche. Caden Wright hasn't had much to look at so far. Notre Dame leads 4-0, 15-minute break. And then 15 minutes to decide the fate of who Mountain Ridge plays at Mullet Arena on Saturday. We'll be back after this.
and the heat, a new fire is born. With sun-scorched earth meets the eye of the storm. They said ice in the desert, that's a crazy dream. But we're changing the game, building up steam. The sun beats down, but the ice is cold. We're desert-born warriors, break the mold. The AHSHA Perry Bearcats are taking the lead. Brophy Preps Broncos begin the stampede. The Campo Verde Coyotes own the night under the arena lights. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountains high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. The Centennial Coyotes are ready to attack. Chaparrals, Firebirds, there's no turning back. The Corona Aztecs are carving up the ice. The Desert Vista Thunder is bringing the spice. The clash of the Titans, a battle of might. Skating like lightning in the desert night. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountains high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. From Flagstaff's avalanche, a flurry of white, to the Hamilton Huskies ready for the fight. The Mountain Ridge Mountain Lions, fierce and mean. Notre Dame's Saints, a heavenly scene. The Pinnacle Pioneers breaking new ground, and the Tucson Road Runners coming to your town. We are the ice in the heart of the sand, the fire and ice that you can't contain. From the valley of the sun to the mountains high peak, this is Arizona hockey. Hear the crowd shriek, the crash of the boards, a deafening sound. This is our house, this is our town. Yeah, yeah, Arizona high school hockey. The desert heat, the frozen sheet, can't be beat. Can't be beat. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Ice Den Scottsdale. Notre Dame leads 4-0. Trip to Notre Arena for the AHSHA State Championship this Saturday on the line. My name is Ethan Stockard. Alongside me, Dylan Pescator, and down at ice level, Mark Katowski. And Dylan, dominant through the first 30 minutes of this one for Notre Dame. How are they going to be able to close this one out?
Well, they have to play their defensive game. This is a different Notre Dame team than years past, where they had the defensive units, but they couldn't find a way to close it out. I really am very confident in this Notre Dame defense, and it all starts with Caden Wright. You don't want to say the word or whatever. I'll just use the term donut, or I'll use the term perfect. I'm sure Caden Wright wants to secure the last 15 minutes without any hiccups.
Better knock off some wood there, Dylan. Would hate to be the commentator's curse. Mark, down at ice level, what have you seen so far?
I mean, I've seen dominating hockey thus far by Notre Dame prep. They have the amazing student section, keeping them pumped up. And if you're Flagstaff, you got to try and silence this crowd if you want any chance of winning this game. Back up to you guys.
Perfectly clean backdrop for Mark down there. Looks like you're in the studio, buddy.
We'll get Mark a better look at Mullet on Saturday. It'll look better.
Center ice lined up, waiting for DeCosin to tie his skate. Doesn't have his stick. Puck dropped anyway. We're on to play. It's been all Notre Dame to this point, but we saw the intermission flip the script last game. We'll see if they can do it again. Simpson able to keep it in. Shane will pick it up and try and get it out of his own end. He's tied up down low. Notre Dame student section on their feet for the start of the third period. Good step by Cook. Matthew Cook will send it in deep to the far corner. Wilson racing to get it. He caught an edge. Coletti into support. Up the wall to Stallcamp. Through the middle, Welker intercepts. He'll fire it back down low. Now here's Simpson. Simpson walking in. Backhand try. Easy stop from Caden Wright. Now Cook up top sends one through. That floats wide as well. Kaplan with speed through the neutral zone. Dragged down. No arms in the air. Shane got taken out by Babbitt at the blue line. Whistle coming. I didn't see what happened, but he's grabbing his knee.
Well, that's the last thing you want to see in a game like this. You want to finish this game off smooth, and that was uncalled for. That's uncalled for. That shouldn't happen. Honestly, because the rest didn't see it, they're not going to call anything for that. But if they saw that video, it would be a power play for Notre Dame, and it might even be more than 2 minutes.
That is a dirty play by Babbitt to stick his knee out there. Hope Dylan Shane's okay. He skated off on his own weight. Stallcap will go over to SQ.
Keep an eye on him. Hopefully he can come back out, get a couple more shifts.
Gomez looking in front for Stallcamp. Can't find him. Russo will chip it ahead. Wiglinski racing forward. Stanius will backhand it north for Gomez. Gomez thrown on, just missed the mark. Now Wesley sends it below the goal line. Picked up down low by Palmer. Excuse me, that's Crane. Here comes Flagstaff the other way. Cook with it. Ben Cook down the right side, sealed off by Stanius. SQ will get in there. Pereira now back to chase it. Does it have the legs for icing? No, Pereira will get there. Stretch pass for Ben Cook, who will shovel it in deep. Caden Wright to play it on his forehand. Now Wilson.
For both teams, you want to finish this one off, and it.
Huge hit! Huge hit by Fetty. No penalty coming. Notre Dame wants it, won't get it, but things definitely heating up here.
I was going to see it clean, smooth way, and that's not what happened.
Coletti in front, loose still, cleared by Palmer. Barlow giving some shoves. Thrown on, Driscoll getting in on the action. Here's Jack Wilson. In front, Barlow rebounds there. Mowat couldn't find it. Coletti sends one through, but didn't get all the way. Barlow now in the second effort, smothered by Howie.
I'll say this, I give a lot of credit to Flagstaff for continuing to play and being physical. But for a Notre Dame team that was probably told, all right, let's ride this one out, I think the message is going to change. I think it's more of, let's finish this one off with a little force.
Flagstaff finishing every hit they have out there, trying to claw their way back into this one. As Howie will take that one right in the barrel. Back to where it came from. Welker on Kaplan for the draw.
Good to see Shane back out there too.
Took the bump from Babbitt to his knee. Now it's Hughes stepping up. That's a big body going in the boards. But here's Simpson. Finds the trailer. Welker lets it go. Blocked by Hirschhaus. Kaplan streaking down the left side. Here he goes. Pulling, driving to the blue paint. Can't get all of it. Good move by Kaplan, but all Swedish, no finish. Babbitt bumped off by Shane. Notre Dame student section's been on their feet for all 4 minutes of this third period. Shane backhanded all the way back to his own end. Stanius will pick it up now. 4-0 lead still for Notre Dame in the third period. There's a knob of someone's stick laying at center ice as well. And not just the little black part on the top, the whole knob is on the ice.
Never seen something like that before.
It almost looks like the grip of like a butt ends or whatever they call it, and slid right off.
Yep.
Stanius over to Wesley, good stick Pereira. Ferrer sends it in deep. Right will leave it behind the goal for Coletti. Battling away. Pereira now with it. He'll go to Russo. Stanius shoveling it along. Gomez racing to get there. Shadowed closely by Waglinski. Stanius move forward. Stolkamp can't get a stick to it. It'll go all the way down for icing.
Good to see some of the Notre Dame skaters who haven't had a ton of time out there, like House and others, get a little bit more time. We saw Block out there a little bit more than last game as well. You want to make sure everyone's engaged, everyone's ready. You never know what can happen in this game and the next game. Everyone's got to be ready to go. And I know that's a very difficult thing to do as a coach, especially in the playoffs, but it's something Notre Dame's doing and can eventually help out.
Kaplan now with the chance the other way. He's one-on-one with Pereira. Down the side, again to the blue play. Rebound for Shane, he scores! And he goes right to Flagstaff's bench. Dylan Shane giving it to Flagstaff's bench.
The third goal of the game for Dylan Shane. And they have not all been the same, but that one was impressive. Once again, the camera got a little bit messed up there on the goal. Thank you to Matthew Gann for fixing that one for us. But nevertheless, what a performance. 4 points in a semifinal game.
3 goals and assists for Dylan Shane, contributed on 4 out of 5 Notre Dame goals. That moves him now to 7 points in 2 games in these playoffs. Nonetheless, after taking a shot from Babbitt to the knee.
He's on a Ryan Jim type run right now from a couple years ago, where everything feels like it's going in.
Looking like a soccer goal for him right now. Babbitt will send it in deep. Pursehouse racing to get it. Mullet on the half wall. Palmer will kick it forward. Mullet steps in the way. Here's Dylan Shane again. The hottest hand in the league at the moment. He puts it just wide. Welker sends it far side. Stanius will pick it up and send it in deep. Stolkamp, first one there, throws it on goal. Floats into the far corner. Gomez down low for Wesley. Battling away. He gives Waglinski a bump. Still up for grabs. Stanius will glove it down to the blue line. Batted. Here's Stolkamp. High slot shot. Big save by Howie. And although Flagstaff trails 5-0, run clock has started as well, as there will be no stoppage at the whistles. Wilson Howie's come up with some huge saves tonight.
Yeah, he's seen a lot of rubber, and it's never an easy task going against any one of the top teams, but especially this Notre Dame team that just feels like they're on a mission.
Not often you see run time in the playoffs, because that one's thrown on. Another save by Howie. The last time I recall seeing it was...
I'm thinking of one too.
I'm thinking Corona versus Pinnacle.
Yep, same one. Great memory there. Like 7-0 or something, I think. Last year of Corona at D1.
Thrown on, that soars over top.
Were you on the bench for that one?
I was not. I was in the stands. It was my freshman year.
Freshman year, so you were playing D2 or D3 or JV that year.
It was a D2, D1 call-up that year. I remember one of the Dumino brothers, Drake Dumino, took his helmet off. That was a huge hit laid by Tolcock, dragged down by Waglinski. A stick up soaring into Notre Dame's bench as well, as it's blocked. And there's about 4 different penalties you could call on Flagstaff there. They're going to get the interference call.
And Notre Dame back to the power play. But what did Drake do that day? Easton finished that one for us.
He took his, I believe his helmet was slightly ripped off, slightly taken off, and he tried to drop the gloves in a high school semifinal game after a hit from behind in a 7-0 game. And hoping he wouldn't get called for that, because that meant I was going to play in a very scary game to play in as a freshman.
And of course, that was the year Pinnacle went all the way to the championship, and led by Drake, and of course the goalie, the MVP of the playoffs, Connor.
Camp off the dome of Howie. Not that it's very relevant, but Pinnacle alumni game took place over Christmas break, and Connor Dumenil still got it.
He still got it?
He can play.
I know he played a little bit in Bakersfield for some junior teams. Same with Drake. He was a heck of a player for Pinnacle. Heck of a goalie.
Drake Dumenil was there. The third Dumenil brother was there originally. Drake actually joined them late. But 3 of them all played for the Bakersfield Roughnecks.
That's right. Look at that.
So many family bloodlines that have gone through AHSHA, all of them. A lot of them from this Notre Dame side as well. You look at the Kaplans specifically, we talked about them last game.
Almost all of them are here tonight, I think. You have Justin, of course, on the ice. Saw Adam earlier. He's hanging out with his cousin Colin. And Chase is back in Connecticut playing for the Stanford Rangers with Madden Hogenauer, another former Notre Dame defenseman. Maybe they're watching.
Askew driving to the blue paint. There for him, but he put it wide. Oncoming, and the Irish Stallcamp took a spill. It's going to be another one on Flagstaff. 6 minutes of running clock remains.
Both teams are just looking to get through this game clean, and what I think is important, especially for the two teams that are going to be there, is they get a little bit of a break. We've had a lot of hockey the past 4 days with Saturday playdown, Sunday quarters, and the off day yesterday before today's semis. We nice to get a little break, maybe get back to school. That would be important, right? And maybe get every player back before Saturday's championship.
Maybe not what they're most looking forward to on the school part, but they will go. Stanius around the top of the circles. He'll go up top for Coletti. Coletti sent through in the 5-hole for Howie, and Mullet got a stick in there as well. Not the normal power play unit you would see from Notre Dame, trying to get some of those younger guys some touches.
Yeah, Driscoll out there hasn't played a ton tonight, but remember, he drew that big penalty in the first period, got him some momentum. Like he was the one, he pointed back to the bench, he said, let me stay out there. He's going to get taken off here, but funny moment nevertheless.
Mullet out there as well, Coletti at the point. Still out there with Stanius. Stanius with it now. Out of the box comes Pereira. 5-on-4 now for Flagstaff for another minute. 5 minutes left in the game. Here's the Cousin down the right side. Fluttered on, gloved by Howie, and another whistle.
And you have a lot of credit to this Flagstaff program. Last year, a great year. This year, again, a great year. Headed by Coach Kyle Palmer and his 2 sons on the team, and a lot of families up there as well. It'll be their year. They've been pushing that edge over and over. Last year, quarters. This year, semis. A really good season.
And one of the more historic teams in AHSHA. I believe they have a D1 state championship. They dominated in D2 for a while. It was a hard hit there by Welker. He sent Gomez flying into the back of the cage there. Dominated that team D2 for a while, this Flagstaff team did, and made the move up to D1. We're at the bottom of the standings for a year or two, and then came out of nowhere last year and finished third, shocked everyone, and were one of the toughest teams to play against in the entire league. Had a good run.
They were very good last season. They were even so good when me and C. Peters did our preview show. I picked them to go to the championship game, and I think the Pinnacle team wasn't very happy about that. They told me, including yours truly, yourself, told me they used that as motivation. So I'll wait for my ring in the mail, I guess.
Crane at the point. He'll try and send one through, but can't. And didn't get her to do one of those pre-playoff shows this year, but we'll have those in the future, I hope, as the next 4 years progress. And can't say I'm looking forward to those predictions, because no matter who you pick, you're going to catch slack for it.
Yeah, someone's gonna get you for it, right? So, but nevertheless, make sure to follow us social media, Instagram, Twitter, Jenna Maisel, and we'll have some special guests for you Saturday, and some special guests that, I don't know, we already named Steve Peters. He's one, of course, and Saturday should be a very special day.
Cook walking in. Babbitt, high slot, big save right with the right pad. Babbitt didn't get all of it. And Shane giving him a little reminder of what happened earlier. I don't recall what Babbitt brother it was, but I don't know that Shane does either. Not sure he cares.
No, I think that's a message to the whole family, right?
Yeah, but Saturday, bound to be an incredible day. Notre Dame well on their way, up 5-0. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Running clock.
It's going to be a great day. Not only the game, which is going to be Notre Dame and Mountain Ridge, but also the first ever class of the Arizona Hockey Hall of Fame, including a certain Austin Matthews. Now, he won't be there, but might be a special surprise in tax there, but a lot of other Hall of Fame inductions. It's going to be a great day overall for Arizona hockey at the Mullet.
Wesley slips around one, walking into the high slot. That one goes careening into the corner for Gomez. And I do know one old friend of mine, Jim Johnson, former assistant coach for the San Jose Sharks. Coached with Todd McClellan at the Oilers as well, where he got to coach the greatest player in the world, Connor McDavid. I know he will be making the trip out.
Going to be awesome to see him and all the other inductions, and make sure to buy your tickets, folks. It's going to be a great day.
On Ticketmaster, 6 o'clock game for Mullet Arena on Saturday. It'll be me and Steve Peters on the call. Wish we could have you there, Dylan.
I'll be watching, Easton. You know I will. I'll be cheering for you guys, and a great game, hopefully.
Russo with a chance, but he couldn't get the shot off. Wilson dragged him down. Wants a penalty. Gives a whack. Last minute looming now. And then what happened at this whistle? And this is the time of the game where if you're Taylor Nelson, you're telling your guys to protect yourself and be smart. Don't need anyone out for Saturday.
Exactly. Be smart. Let's let the clock run down. Play catch in your own zone, and let's move on to the big show, the championship on Saturday.
First time that has been anything other than a 1-2 matchup in a couple of years since Desert Vista won it as the 10 seed against number 1 Notre Dame. That was quite the Cinderella story. Maybe no Cinderella story this year as DeCosta throws one on goal, because that feels like 2 of the big 3 that were expected to compete for a title are going to be heading to Mullet Arena on Saturday. 15 seconds remaining. Notre Dame, you better believe they're going to pack out Mullet. In front for Petty, but swiped away. 5 remains. And Caden Wright, you could say it now, a shutout for Caden Wright in the playoffs. And Notre Dame, you got a date with some Mountain Lions on Saturday. Mountain Ridge, NDP State Championship.
It's been a long time coming for these Prep Saints. They wanted to go back. Last year was heartbreak. This year, they're looking for the final to finish. That's the message. Finish the story, finish it all. And a great job by Caden Wright tonight. 14 saves on 14 shots and a perfect shutout. What a day of hockey. And Easton, it's going to be a heck of a game on Saturday. What a matchup we're going to get. Mark, 5-0. You saw Caden Wright finish the shutout there in front. What are your takeaways from this one, Mark?
I mean, first period, both teams are trying to figure each other out. Then Notre Dame Prep puts 2 on them. And then that's just the end of the story there. They wanted to put 3 more goals on it, make it 5-0. Give me the goaltender Notre Dame a shutout in a playoff game. It's just not something you see very much. I mean, I would have wished for maybe a closer game, but hats off to Notre Dame. They went 100% the whole game, and they deserve to be in Mullet on Saturday.
Dr. Ben's camera got a little crooked there. Not sure what happened.
I think the fans might have got it.
That's shaking down. That thing was shaking all night long. I mean, it was just bobbing and bobbing.
The ice game security couldn't help them out that much down there.
What a game, what a performance from Notre Dame. That's Saturday, 6 o'clock, Mountain Ridge, Notre Dame State Final. We will see you then. For myself, Easton Stockford, Dylan Pescator, alongside me. We appreciate you joining us this week. It's a pleasure to have you back. I'm sure everyone loved hearing your voice again.
It's great to be back.
Mark Katowski down at ice level as the sideline reporter. And, of course, the man who does it all, Dr. Ben, on the sticks. From our crew here at AHSHA, we wish you good night. We will see you guys Saturday at the Mullet.